All right, there's also game news to talk about.
That's right.
Let's talk about Mortal Kombat X.
There's a lot of announcements. It was so funny because 2 weeks ago, remember I made the joke that I was like, this game's coming out in April, right? I mean, is it just 1 week they're just going to go bleh and have all this news? Well, and then they revealed story mode and there was like, here's 10 characters and here's these characters. And yeah, they really are just doing that now. So they've announced so many things about this game. I don't even know where to start at this point. I guess one of the first things they announced was the brutalities.
Brutalities are back.
But they're very different than they were before. The original brutalities was you just did the auto chain combos, but the sequence was like ridiculously long, so you just kept beating up on them till they blow up, basically. But now it just seems like they're in combo fatalities.
It looks like if you kill somebody with a special move, then that special move is like done in some more brutal way. And they said that there are criteria that you have to meet during the match. Whatever it is. You have to throw them, you can't block, whatever. Stuff like that.
It sounds a lot like how even in Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue, you can combo into your destroys. Right, but it has to be like they're almost dead and all these things like that. So I imagine it's very similar.
Well, I don't think that. In fact, I remember them saying this. Brutalities aren't like instant kills. It's only if, and they don't do any more damage. It's just if you kill with that special move, then it happens.
Oh, okay. So you don't even get the option of fatality, maybe.
I don't think you do.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. That's how it looked anyway.
Okay.
Not 100%. And it's probably going to change. So. So that's interesting. They, and because there are different criteria that you have to do, if you know all of the criteria, by the way, they said there's like 100. There's like a bunch. Like every character has multiple.
Oh, dang. Okay.
So if you know all of the criteria and you recognize that your opponent's going for it, like say your opponent needs to get a throw. You're just going to be mashing that button, right? I don't want to get brutality, right?
See, that's the ultimate styling right there.
And then it becomes a little mix-up. I mean, it's only if you care about getting brutality.
Right.
But yeah.
It's kind of weird, too, because like they're just as violent, right? They do some crazy things. But for some reason, it doesn't feel as bad to me because it's not done with such fanfare and such zoom-in and close-ups and stuff like that.
Agreed.
I don't know.
Agreed.
It wasn't... Like, I hope people do more brutalities because they would end it faster as well. It would just be quicker.
Yeah.
Right? Like to see Kung Lao throw a hat. Dead, you win. Okay, good. Let's go on. Go on.
Yeah. So. Well, hopefully they'll have learned from MK9 when it was faster to just, and Injustice too, where it's faster after the final hit to just pause and press restart, or even in MKX, faster to actually go back to the character select and go all the way back through. In Injustice, you can press rematch.
Oh, yeah,
you don't need to do that whole song and dance. But yeah, in MKX, you go back through the screen.
Right.
Yeah,
MK9, okay.
Anyway, they also in that one talked a lot about Cassie and all the stuff that Cassie can do. She sounds like a fun character.
Yeah. But they released a new trailer for story mode, and there was like 90 characters.
Like, I don't even remember all the ones that were in there now. Let's see.
Jax Briggs' daughter, Jacqueline, was in there.
Right.
And apparently Kenshi's son, Takashi Takeda.
Okay.
And I guess Kung Lao has a descendant named Kung Jin.
Okay.
So it's the kids' party, right?
I mean, it is like 30 or 25 years later or whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, they're all in story mode. So I mean, obviously characters like Johnny and Dizzy were in Guilty Gear story mode, but they weren't playable. So who knows? But
I guess that's a good point.
Not sure. But apparently Molina showed up in there. Chinook showed up in there. Baraka showed up in there. Sindel showed up in there. Rain. And then someone named Aaron Black.
Yeah, he's in the comic book that they have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's just like revealing a bunch of things. And not only that, but the comic book also teased Johnny Cage, I believe it was. And I think he's actually confirmed now that Johnny Cage is going to be in there. Huh. And Kenshi himself is going to be in there.
Oh, so he confirmed also?
I guess a mobile screenshot had him in there, so it just kind of maybe an accidental giveaway.
Okay.
But, I mean, if you have Johnny Cage and Kenshi in there, that's two of the parents of the kids, right? So is Jax already revealed, or is it just pretty much now a given that Jax is going to be in there, so we're going to have, parent and kid all over the place,
Like I said, I saw MKX at GDC, right? And so it's NDA, so I'm not going to reveal any stuff. But I will tell you
on commercial break.
Oh yeah, no. But here's something funny that happened. Mm-hmm. So they're talking about the towers thing, right?
Oh yeah.
They talk about a lot, and they have this little video that's playing for the towers, and it's like going through all whatever you can do with the towers. And then at one point, the character select screen came up, and it was the full character select screen. So nobody else noticed because I'm just watching it with like some media people. Like, they don't care about it really. They're just there to do their job, so they're not really paying attention. And I was like in my chair, like, oh my god. And so after it was over, I went over to the guys who were running it, and I was like, is there any way you could replay the towers section? I'd love to see it again. It seemed like interesting ideas. Play it over. How about that? And so I go to the computer, and they play it, and they press play, and they're like, here, just do it. It's like on a touch screen or something. So I was like, okay, sure. Press play. Oh, not there yet. Pause. Pause. And then I just paused it like right on the thing. And the guy's like, I can't believe we let that through. He's like, you have really good eyes.
That's so awesome. So you actually have a lot of secret information. Yo, damn. All right. Here. How much is it going to take?
Look, I don't know when they're going to let it out. But it's not. Yeah, right. You can wait a month. So
okay. So that's too
probably
funny.
less than
funny.
that. So yeah, I just thought that was really funny. And it was cool to just like tool around with the characters.
How did it feel? Did you actually get to play?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay,
I did.
Cool.
It felt nice. It really felt like MK9.
Oh, okay, cool.
The movement is a little bit different because in MK9, very important to dash and cancel dashes with block, which doesn't work anymore. Now you get run instead.
Oh, that's right. You have a run button. Yeah,
it's a little bit different, but feels very much the same. Very interesting. A lot of variations are super awesome. Right. Very, very excited.
Okay, cool. Nice, good stuff. And yeah, there was rumors that Babalities might come back as well, but I mean,
is that a real picture?
That's a picture from MK9.
Oh, okay.
That's a picture from MK9. Yeah, because apparently they said that, basically this happened at GDC or something, or a tweet that someone begged Ed Boon to put friendships and animalities to not be included. In there, and Boone basically said, you don't have to worry, those two won't be in there. But he didn't. But he was like, don't necessarily count out Babalities or something like that, because they had him in 9, right? So I mean, they were silly in 9.
Aren't they always silly?
Yeah,
weren't they always silly?
True.
I don't know.
I guess that's true.
Whatever. Anyway, so that's coming out next month. It's really not that far from now. A month from
you don't have to sit there and hold on to the secret for long, right? So, and in fact, the characters are going to get revealed before the game comes out.
I would think so. At least most of them, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, man, I even just want to ask questions like, how many more, was the character screen like twice as large as the characters that you knew, or you probably can't even say that much, huh? Yeah, okay, fine. Damn you and your lawyer skills. Your lawyer NDA skills.
Yeah, NDAs, sorry.
But anyways, let's move on to another game.
Yeah, let's talk about other stuff.
Let's talk about Killer Instinct. Let's talk about their new character, Hisako.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how cool of a character. Okay, look.
Super cool.
Season 2 so far, I forgot. The Omen, I think, was like the weird spirit guy or that weird kind of thing. And then there's Kanra and Maya. I think they're cool designs, but me personally, I think their animations are kind of wonky. Like, they don't look quite as fluid, or they don't look as cool.
Okay.
Then they showed Hisako. And that character, I mean, they did something with her. They put a lot of love in her. She is on another level in terms of animation, in terms of presentation, and everything that is just beyond everybody else that showed up so far.
I totally agree. She looks amazing.
Yeah.
She really does. The movement looks amazing.
And the character, even her intro was really cool.
Yeah.
The intro was really neat. If you haven't seen it yet, I won't spoil it, but I mean, it's nothing crazy, but it was just neat. It's a cool presentation.
Yeah.
But the character also, play style looked really interesting.
Very unique, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she has this wrath meter that builds up if you don't attack. So she has great normals.
It almost looks like you have to stand still. Can you even walk?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But certainly you can't press buttons, even though she has these excellent footsie buttons. So you're, it's interesting from that perspective. She has the worst walk speed. Horrible. But her dash is excellent. Right. Toward dash is excellent. Very low, very fast. So very interesting. It's like very, very much Makoto-like.
Yeah, Maximilian made that comparison, and I really agree with that. It's because she also has a command throw as well, so she can dash up command throw really easily, like Makoto could, right?
Right.
But even on top of all that, she has counters.
Right.
Which is geese-like counters. You know, the actual parry's not. Someone, I tweeted this out, and someone was like, do you mean like Baiken? And I was like, no, not alpha counters, but like actual like parry kind of stuff. Right. So she has a high and a low parry.
Right.
But the interesting thing about it is that you can, as long as you have over half of your wrath meter, you can cancel pretty much anything on whiff or on hit into the counter. So if you swing a really slow button and they jump at you, you can still cancel into the counter and cast your jump attack. So they really have to be careful. They have to watch your wrath meter.
Right, and if so, she has like a Rekka series, right? It's like able to change the direction where there's a high-low option and stuff. Or I guess a lot of characters have it now. Anyway, and you can cancel those into the counter.
Yeah, because they're not true block strings.
Exactly. Yeah. So you can poke in between, which sounds great. But if she has this wrath meter going, then there's a big risk that she's going to counter you. For doing that. So. And by the way, counters start combos. If you counter somebody jumping in, it's a combo starter. Yeah,
that's right. It like captures them and puts them into the ground in combo. Yeah.
Yeah. So
even her command throw, if you have, I think you said if you have full wrath meter, your command throw can be chained into an auto double and start combos as well. So
she just seems like a maximization of the KI system.
Yeah.
Like she's just designed to take advantage of it in just like exactly the right ways. I mean, I'm really impressed by her design.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting because a lot of people are kind of going with this mechanic now because I feel like she's actually the third in a series of characters like this, which is Hakan, right? Because Hakan needs to be oiled to be really powerful, right? Second one is Sin. Because Sin is kind of like that in Guilty Gear because in order to be powerful, he has to keep eating food. Sure. He has to keep that food meter built up. Right? And now Hisako is here, and she has to somehow manage this wrath meter to make sure that she can... Because I could imagine if her wrath meter drains down, and she doesn't get a chance to idle, and you just start hammering on her, like, she might be dead. She might be just finished.
Yeah, I don't think they talked about reversal options.
Yeah.
Really. So.
I mean, one of the interesting things is that, she even... Like, her command... She even has an anti... running bear grab move where she pulls you in command.
It's like Tandon would look like.
Yeah.
Except for you don't... It's not a hit like Tandon is, it's a grab. So you can jump out of it as you're being sucked in.
Right. But, I mean, the interesting thing is apparently like one of her enders like gives her a super ton of neutral time. So if you don't have any wrath meter and you happen to touch them, you go into that ender and you can stand there and build a lot of wrath, but you give up position and stuff like that. Oh, it's just super interesting.
Very interesting character.
Super
it
interesting.
Really is. Oh, we didn't mention this part. If your wrath meter is full, every hit is a counter hit.
Oh, that's right.
And like she gets ridiculous frame advantage. Like they did a stand roundhouse, and it was that you had enough time to stand roundhouse, dash up, then do more buttons.
Yeah.
And her stand roundhouse is huge. It's a big old button.
But every time you swung the sword that she had, she used up a little bit of wrath meter, right? So you would get a counter hit on the first one, and then you would dash up, and then the rest would be normal. But apparently, if you activate instinct, then you're just full wrath meter the whole entire time, and you just get counter hit. Like you could literally get like 5 counter hits in a row. And what I'm curious about is that count as opener. Like, can you break that or not? You know.
I feel like they must have thought about that.
I know. I'm sure they have. Yeah. So they've probably balanced her around it. So if she can do that, it's not too good, but it'd be really interesting. So, I mean, the cool thing about it is between her and Aganos, like you can really see that they're designing this game almost kind of like in spite of the combo engine. Like they're not trying to be like, okay, let's just make everyone work with this combo. Like these characters really play around the combo engine really well.
You know, I feel like I feel the opposite, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, like these characters exist because of that combo engine.
I see where you're getting at. Yeah.
Like, there's some ridiculous options that they've put into Season 2. Characters have crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's only really possible if you have a system where, sure, you have all of these ways to get the first hit, but the first hit is just the first hit, and you're not guaranteed to get the rest of them. So I feel like that's a way to like mitigate. Like I said, I feel like Hisako really takes advantage of the KI system. She's just built for it so perfectly with these counters, and you can cancel into counters and those start combos. That's just like KI as they've designed it. Really, really impressive, I think.
Yeah.
The most 3 of the 4 most recent, I think, Kanra, Aganos, and Hisako. I mean, has there been a more interesting set of characters in recent fighting games? I don't know.
mean, like, even...
I don't think so.
Because, look,
honestly.
Maya is a character that was already existed.
Right.
So they just had to put her in the game. They couldn't make her vary too badly off that. And even still, I think she's super interesting. Like, she gains benefits for you blocking her daggers and stuff like that. I thought she was really well done for a character that was brought back. You know what I mean? So I don't even know what Riptor's gimmick is. And I don't know. Omen just does not interest me at all.
I have no interest.
Omen I
put in no research into that character.
Doesn't look interesting, but he's also just animated really badly. Like, I don't know. There's something about him. He just looks really stiff. Like, it's almost like they were like, this character's not interesting. Here, take Omen.
Yeah, it's not as crazy as the other ones, right? Yeah.
But like I said, Hisako is just animated beautifully. Her presentation is so good. Even when she stands there, she has like all these like the Grudge or the Ring images flashing behind her.
Yeah, when your wrath meter is higher, she has more of these images floating around her. She spasses out more.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's cool. It really is. I'm really, really impressed. I feel like they have some of the best fighting game character designers, I think. In terms of gameplay. Yeah. Anyway.
Her command throw, like she actually like possesses you, and you do like the twisty body thing and stuff. And they just did a lot of really cool things. So.
Agreed. I'm really, really impressed.
Okay, cool. I guess in other game news, really quick, Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma Extend, so the balance patch basically is coming out in the summer. When did they say?
I think it's April.
Okay. It might even be earlier than that. Yeah, because like I said, it's going to be out in time for SCR.
Yeah, I want to say it's April 28th.
Okay. April 28th then.
Yeah, let's see.
Someone's asking on stream, Yomi Yugi's asking, yes,
April 23rd.
April 23rd. Yeah. But yes, fighting game players work at Iron Galaxy. And in fact, the main one is Keats. All these characters scream Keats. I mean, when you saw Dive Kick and you just saw how crazy he went with this simple mechanic and just went crazy with it, you can totally see all these characters they're just dripping with Keats. You know what I mean?
I totally agree. But you know what else is cool is I didn't know this. You know the Guilty Gear player Zanak? He's he's a designer there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was posting about how I was really impressed by Hisako, and he was like, "Hey, thanks," and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that." But that's awesome.
Yeah, and I know Maximilian helps there. Dave Lang, of course,
really
is very involved with the fighting game community and stuff.
Yeah, they have a. I'm telling you, I think that they have the best fighting game designers right now.
They have a great studio there. For sure. Yeah. But
it's April 23rd. As far as the Japanese one goes, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So I guess I'll get it then because I have a PSN account
for
Japan. True, but summer for the ref for North America. I don't know.
But yeah.
Anyway, what else?
And then another game announcement. This is did you see the trailer?
I did see the trailer.
Okay, it's a really funny trailer. So randomly, I mean, why not? Let's get on the fighting game bandwagon. Let's do this. Let's bring back some more old school franchises. Let's bring back Clay Fighter.
All the games.
Clay Fighter.
That game was so busted and terrible.
It's like hit 'em, smash 'em, they don't care.
Yeah.
Clay Fighter.
It was really funny, and I liked it. I played a lot of it actually. But man, it was busted.
Dude, the blob, you just did the buzzsaw move and everybody died. Like, there was nothing that anyone could do to that move.
You know, when you did a jump attack in that game, you were actively hitting the entire time. And it wasn't the case with like other ones where once you hit, like that's it, you can't hit twice. No. With that one, you're just hitting the whole time. So there were some infinites that were just, you just do like jump short and it just hits short. It's like the same button. You don't press it twice. It's just like short as you're jumping.
Oh man.
Anyway, it was really busted, but very funny and very fun.
Yeah. But here's the interesting thing. So the first news that came out was they're doing a remaster of Clay Fighters, apparently coming out. But I don't know if this is two separate things, that they're actually remastering the original one and then coming out with a new one, or if they're coming out with only a new one.
I think they're both.
They're
they're separate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or maybe they come together, but certainly both are happening.
But the new trailer was pretty awesome because it was like a parody of trailers that had like all these flames and like text. But the best part about it was it's like it never left flames and text.
Yeah, and the guy was narrating the exact text.
Yeah. And even one part it like fades to black and the flames go away. Then he keeps talking and the words come back and the flames come back. I give him credit on that one. And then at the very end they're just like, we're gonna bring back. Why are they bringing this back? Oh, whatever. It's Clay Fighters.
Yeah. Also, I like how the background the entire time, like, I was certain it was Earthworm Jim.
Oh, yeah.
He just looks like Earththworm Jim's silhouette, and instead it was Bad Mr. Frosty.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just really well done.
And like I said, the Elvis in that game,
Blue Suede Goo.
Blue Suede Goo, only fighting game character that attacks with his hair that I like.
Because like two.
I always hate the concept of attacking with your hair.
Who's the third?
That's a good question, actually. I know there's more than
There's got to be more.
There's more than
There's got to be more.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's actually really cool.
Yeah, look, maybe it'll pull a KI, which when I heard about a new KI, I thought that was the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Why would you bring that game back? It was bad. But, hey. I mean, maybe they'll do the same with Pit Fighter and have really interesting ideas, and I'll love the new, like, Blue Suede Goo, I'll love the new, Bad Mr. Frosty.
Dude, the way it works nowadays, though, is that everyone is so cognizant of... Because before, when they made fighting games, they just made a fighting game, and nobody cared. Like, they were just like, here's two people, you could hit each other. Like, let me tell you about the DC fighting game that was on the Super Nintendo a long time ago. Holy crap! I mean, I saw a demo of it at Best Buy. It was the worst thing I'd ever played. It was just like there was no buffering, there was nothing. It was just like it was so stale because there was no tricks. There was nothing you could do with it, and so back then that it didn't matter. You just made a fighting game with characters and hope it sold.
For sure.
Nowadays, everyone's so cognizant of this whole fighting game genre that it's like you can't make I can't expect someone to put out something like the original Clay Fighters, like. Now, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they're going to try to at least do something to make it balanced or something. And you know what the best thing is? Because you're Clay Fighters, you can start going nuts. Like, you could do, like, fake patches or, like, like weird jokes, like, all over the place, right? Like, what if one of the characters actually had, like a Dark Phoenix mode, but instead it was called Patch Update? And then he became super powerful? Dude, that would be funny.
That would be good.
I just gave them the best idea ever.
You just come with that?
Yes, I did.
Nice. James.
It's like have one of the characters be like, patch update, and all of a sudden his fireball's like broken and stuff like that. That'd be really funny. And like all he does is nerf you and like make him move slower.
That would be pretty cool, yeah. There's a lot of potentially good ideas, for sure.
Yeah.
By the way, Philia fights with her hair.
Oh, yeah.
And Sindel.
That's right. Yeah. Okay. Not a fan.
Thanks, chat.
Not a fan of any of them really. I just don't like hair fighters. Except
I know.
for Blue Suede Goo. Yeah. Because he cut you in half. With his hair.
He did.
Hey, wash the hair, man. Yeah. It was just really cool.
Yeah. Do you remember? Oh, it was Tiny. I was gonna say, do you remember the Muscle Man's name?
Yeah.
It was Tiny.
Like jumping in. Dude,
and
the instruction didn't tell you how to do that move, that little flying body splash move. It took me a long time to figure out how to do that.
I don't remember what it was.
It was like down in the two middle buttons. It was really weird like that. And also like Blue Suede Goo had the musical note, but then he'd also go, don't be cruel, and shoot 4 notes that you would see the computer do sometimes. You're like, how the hell do you do that?
I don't remember that.
And it wasn't listed anywhere, and I actually figured that one out too. It was something like a half circle back towards and something or other crazy like that. But yeah, he would shoot 4 notes out.
I had no idea.
Like that.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
There was Helga.
Yes. Taffy.
I mentioned Taffy. What was
the
clown? What was his name?
Bonkers?
Bonkers.
Was it Bonkers? Yeah.
For sure.
So Bad Mr. Frosty.
There was
Mr. Blob.
Yeah, there was
the Blob.
The Blob. Then there was Ichabod Clay.
Oh yes. Now, do you remember what the main boss's name was?
I don't.
Best name ever, because since it was parodying Street Fighter, the last boss was named N-Boss. It was N.Boss, which is just the most brilliant name. It was like one of the funniest names that I remember, because they're making fun of M-Boss. Yeah. So I just thought that was amazing. All right, fine. It's a pun, so I appreciate it.
I get it. Yeah.
Fine.
That was a fun game, though. It was pretty silly.
Yeah.
I think I mained Ichabod Clay.
Who did I play?
Because he was the one who had like the jump jab or jump short.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Not Ichabod Clay. It was the Taffy that had the fake dizzy move. Like you could input a code and you would go into a dizzy animation.
Really? I don't remember that.
But then you could cancel out of it anytime. So if you get knocked out, you could like turn it off.
Oh yeah.
And make yourself
that's
look
pretty
like
cool.
You're falling dizzy and stuff. Yeah.
I like that.
No, trust me, he doesn't pretend at all.
Yeah, I don't even pretend anymore.
You just look. You're just like whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's
more laughing out of
good
pity.
ones. No, but there
more
was
laughing out of pity than anything.
I just laughed like 5 minutes ago. Whatever you said. I don't remember that.
All right. Well, we have a few little small things left to talk about. Do you just want to talk about them real quick?
Yeah. What do we got?
Okay. So, some sponsor signings recently.
Yes.
Very interesting, important one is Team Solo Mid. For a while, predominantly a League of Legends team.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it was from.
Right. Team Solo Mid, right? I mean, they have jumped into the fighting game market by signing Leffen, which is such a smart signing.
Yeah.
Such a smart signing.
Yeah, he's a really, really good player and getting better. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, he has this personality that everybody's going to pay attention to.
Yeah,
Even if you hate him, you know who Leffen is, and you're going to be paying attention.
And I'm waiting now for Team Solo Mid, like, styling gel. Because Leffen can totally market that, dude. People would bet that guy's hair is ridiculous.
He has nice hair.
He's even joked on stream that he was going to actually have a how I do my hair stream because everyone asks about his hair all the time.
But there's like some blow drying involved, and some product.
No, but
anyway, it's
cool. Super awesome that he got signed for this. Very deserving.
Great pick.
And that's
Great
really
pick.
Cool. So, and then the other one, which is Tempo Storm, which is a Hearthstone team, but they have picked up Chris G. So Chris G is now sponsored again, and he will be at final round this year. First tournament he's been to in a very long time.
I guess
but
that's
apparently,
true.
like, he's trying to get back into the whole thing, and hopefully Temple Storm works out for him and such. So.
I mean, he's really, really talented. Obviously,
Yeah.
He's one of the best players in the country, most talented. So yeah, it's a great pick. And by the way, apparently he's going to start streaming more, and they've given him some stream equipment. So it's not just a like we'll fly you out sort of thing. It seems to be more all encompassing than that. And at the same time, like. Look, I really feel like Chris has grown up. Like, I really do. He is a cool dude.
He's had a weird year to be kind of introspective, but I think he's learned a lot.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too. So I'm really happy for him.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some people being like, "Why would you sign Chris G?" And dude, I mean, why would you not sign Chris G?
For
he
sure.
has the potential to do so much damage in a lot of these events and stuff like that. And hopefully he has learned a lot. And if he's going to be streaming a lot, going to these events, hopefully he'll promote his team well and stuff like that. So,
I think it's great. I love the streaming thing. I really hope that he does.
Yeah.
That he does go through with that.
Yeah, and the other thing that I'm actually really happy about is that for a while, I mean, we just talked about Leffen, right? For a while, like, the esports teams had only really been signing Smash players.
Yeah.
I mean, we only had, Curse Knuckle Dude.
Yeah, it's like Knuckle Dude.
And then, of course, the EG crew, right? But outside of that, we haven't had much, so now Chris G getting onto a team here. Hopefully that starts a lot more, and a lot more people get signed up. Smug is still out there, Snake Eyes is still out there, right? There's a lot of players that are still great who are just basically waiting to be signed. And these esports teams, with Capcom Pro Tour being as big as they are, now is a good time to snatch them up.
I guess it is. Yeah. But big time congrats to both of those players.
Yeah,
very deserving.
Absolutely. Just a little PSA here, public service announcement. The Brady Games Ultra Street Fighter 4 Bible, the frame data app,
the phone
that
app.
came out with the guide, right? I guess it's been long enough. It's free now. So if you want to have all the information on hand at any time and you don't have this yet, just grab it now.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, so apparently it's free. Is it free on all the platforms? I just want to make sure. I don't want to like misspeak here.
For sure.
But it says it's offering a digital download of this resource on their website completely free of charge.
It doesn't say which ones,
it might not even be the app. It might be the book.
Oh, just click on that link. Let's just see what it goes to.
Yeah. It might not be the app. It might actually be the book. Download a PDF.
Wow,
yeah, it's actually the book.
Dang.
So you can just download the PDF onto your phone.
I guess you could do that
and have the information. Okay, that's my bad. That's
really awesome. The app is nice.
Yeah.
But that's one thing. The full guide is pretty comprehensive, really.
So like a lot of good pictures and a lot of reference and stuff. I'm pretty sure they have hitbox pictures in there and stuff like that. Obviously, it's going to be a little out of date because there's been multiple patches since then. Yeah. But for the most part, it's awesome to have that base, just to know what's going on and stuff like that. So
totally.
There you go. So, gosh, there was something else I wanted to mention. Something came up. I think it was a chat or something like that, but.
Mind if I talk about something real fast?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
So, Jephthah Hines on Twitter asks, is it legal to use the extension arcade cabinets with consoles to run an FGC arcade and charge money to use them? The problem is not with the consoles. The problem is not with the cabinets. It's with the games. You can only play games like that in public and offer them for charge and so forth if you have a license to do so from whoever owns the copyrights in those games. Like, for example, Capcom owns Street Fighter. You'd have to have a license from Capcom to be legal about it. To be honest, a lot of people just do it anyway and just sort of assume that they won't get busted. And I think in general that has panned out for them. But you do run the risk of infringing if you don't have a license. But that's the issue. There's no problem with having an extension cabinet. So. Okay,
cool. Yeah, and seriously, I just don't have a monitor to put in there right now. I'm trying to figure out a way to get a monitor. But once I get that, if I get a monitor in there, and if I can get... Oh, yeah, let me switch the camera over here.
So I figured it was already there. I was getting out of the way.
So, there we go, yeah. So if I can get the monitor in there, mount it up there, and then what I'm trying to get is one of the CPS2 boards that the Real Undammed makes, that you can plug joysticks in and play CPS2 arcade games, including Super Turbo. And then once I plug that in there, dude, we'll have a Super Turbo cabinet, and I will be so thrilled.
It's gonna be right there. We can just play it.
Dude, every show is just gonna be us sitting there playing that now.
Dude,
we're just
gonna be so
playing
sweet. Hey James, what happened this week?
I don't know, whatever. I don't care. Dude, why is this move so cheap? Yeah. Yeah, but that'll be super cool. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
anyway,
there you go. I could have swore there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I can't remember what it is anymore. So, but
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I guess there's some news about Super Arcade, potentially getting set up again.
Oh, I read about that.
God has place in Azusa, and he says it's bigger than the old one, and
right, with bigger parking.
And so he seems pretty. He seems pretty happy with the location, so let's hope for that. Yeah, let's see if we can get some SoCal action going on again.
Very happy to hear about that. Yeah. By the way, in the meantime, it sounds like UGC's been doing a good job.
Oh yeah. UGC's it's a nice venue. It's definitely really cool to have. I went there the first time for that the Arc Divide event, so that was really cool. So did we talk about that? We didn't talk about the results of that, did we? NorCal basically blew up SoCal in that event. It was really funny because Kizzy Cup basically dominated at first. He won like 3 matches in a row for SoCal.
With Seth, yeah.
Yeah, with Seth. And then CT Warrior just came and just 7-0'd everybody.
Mopped up.
Which is funny too, because then CT Warrior lost to a lot of those players in the actual tournament.
Did he?
Yeah. So SoCal did really well in the tournament. They beat all the NorCal people a bunch of times, but 2 Gigabyte from NorCal made it all the way through losers bracket and won the tournament.
That makes sense.
But LPT knocked him into losers, and stuff like that. So it was really interesting how it kind of turned out. But you could really, really tell the big difference between the two scenes in that NorCal had the character experience, and SoCal did not.
For sure.
And in fact, SoCal definitely seemed to thrive better in a 2 out of 3 environment because they had better time to adapt.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Kind of situation. Having said that, NorCal players were amazing. Like I said, 2 Gigabyte won the single tournament anyway. He blew up LPT in grand finals.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
So, yeah, he was like, "Oh, you're not gonna catch me with any of these Byakuya shenanigans anymore," and stuff like that. So,
dude, CT Ward just ran through everybody. I mean, he had better everything.
Dude, NorCal's tech was way better too. They had all the option selects. They
were actually
the
doing
option selects, and I
mean, it's not like that's so tough to beat, right?
Right.
It's just a delayed frame trap. It's like not that big a deal, but it was.
But they kept trying to do that same mix up to him, and then CT Warrior blew him up over and over and over again. So you could definitely see that SoCal, they've got a lot of work to put in that game, in my opinion.
Oh, agreed.
But they're gonna run it back at NCR or SCR or both. So it'll be really cool to see how that goes. So.
Happy that game is still getting action, man.
Dude, that game is doing well in a lot of these events. It's actually getting pretty decent signups at a lot of these events. I think at NCR it's doing pretty decently too. So, hopefully it keeps growing. And, obviously it probably can't show up for EVO 2015, but if it keeps going, hopefully it won't be ignored for 16.
Wow, that'd be so sick.
If people are still playing it, dude. The game is fun.
It's a good game.
The game is so much fun.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
Anything else to go over?
Not that I can think of right now. So we did pretty good time here for 7,000 topics.
Yeah, I think we marched through pretty well. Oh, hold on, I got like a billion notifications.
Oh, really?
The tweets.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Yeah, we talked about 9 states.
Yeah, we definitely talked about that.
Okay, I guess that's about it. Lots of other things, but cool.
Okay.
I guess that's it. Anyway,
yeah, cool. Okay.
So we'll try to get this up on the interwebs pretty soon. I mean, I was gone all last week, hence.
And I'm lazy,
not putting anything up. But
yeah, so nothing goes up while David's gone. So hopefully
that's cool. I mean, you do this technical stuff, and then I do it at home. So I feel like that's a pretty good trade-off.
Okay, fair enough.
Good use of resources. So anyway, I'll put them up pretty soon.
And you have better internet now, so.
The internet is so good. But that said, it's not as good as what it should be.
Right, I saw you tweet about that, yeah.
So I got this 200 down, 220 up thing. And it turns out that my router, which I looked up to make sure it was rated to handle that much, that speed, and it is, but Time Warner, it doesn't, for whatever reason, I don't know why this is, but it doesn't do it with Time Warner.
So did you look online and it said, and other people were like, other ones work, but just not Time Warner?
Correct. So that's my modem, not my router.
Okay.
Anyway, but and I have a nice router too. Like I made sure, like Andres, Nothing Excess. Help me pick it. He's like that's his job.
God.
So
freaking Time Warner.
So anyway, I guess I'm sort of getting throttled, but like not really. I should if I want to buy a new modem, I can do it.
Yeah.
But so what should be 220 is instead about like 110, 100 down, 10 up, and then on Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi is whatever. It's like 30.
But it's still like 50 times better than what you were getting at your old
30 down? Are you serious? That's ridiculous. Oh my god! It's like I don't even know what to do.
What was your up? Your up was like half a meg.
It was half. Yeah, it was
half a meg, right?
Yeah, it was half.
Dude, that's ridiculous. Yeah.
It was terrible. Yeah. So we had just to try it out. Like I played a game online, and we also had a couple of TVs set up that had like Chromecasts going, and I was playing YouTube stuff just to see. Everything was fine. I'll be streaming.
There you go, dude. Cool. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Let's see, what's this here? Oh, okay. I'll just respond to this later. But okay, yeah. Then
okay. Well,
definitely.
Anyway, see you next week.
Tune in this weekend.
Oh, this weekend we'll be at
Southwest. What channel is it being streamed on?
I have no idea. Probably should have looked into that.
Players Invitational. I don't know why I'm still using this.
SXSW Gaming Esports. Come on, guys. That could have been a little bit more succinct. I don't even mind the esports part. It's just like, doesn't have to be
SXSW Gaming Esports.
You're like typing in some passwords. Anyway, that's what it is.
Yeah,
so.
definitely check that out.
Well, we'll be tweeting about it, and so I'm sure it'll be on Shoryuken and Event Hubs and wherever else.
Should be fun stuff. So, all right, cool. Then I guess we'll talk to you guys later, and hope you tune in for that this weekend. So,
see ya.
All right, peace out, everybody.